What is happening there? J Gaming Dude here, and I'm going to be talking about what I've played and platinumed in the month of March 2024. And so this is just a video I make monthly, which I kind of put out at the end of the month to say, look, this is what I've played. This is kind of like what gaming I've been doing during the month. So let's just kind of jump right into it. We've got Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion, so I was playing that at the end of February, and now I finally, completed the platinum, and I also unlocked the PS5 platinum pretty much within a minute's time after finishing the PS4 version, because what you can do is after you've completed all of the criteria, like all of the platinums all the trophies and the platinum on the PS4, you can pop in the PS5 version and pretty much copy your save across. But you need to have uploaded your save on the PS4 version, then download it on the PS5. Every trophy will unlock, and you won't have to do any additional stuff. Any of the requirements again or anything like that. So you should be alright in that sense. With that being said, Dreaming Canvas is a very easy walking sim that was released on PS4. PS5 version does include a platinum this time around, and rather than just walking up to the different people that you see in each of the locations that you visit, so there's 5 locations, they're very small, you can go from point A to point B pretty quickly, but you just need to find individuals, look at them in the face, and that will unlock a trophy. The PS5 version, you will need to do the exact same thing. However, you also have paintbrushes that you would have noticed in the PS4 version. If you walk up to them, they'll teach you about famous painters in the past and things like that. So those collectibles will also be part of the trophy list this time around, hence why it's got more trophies rather than the 8 from PS4. It's got 27 so for the PS5. So again, very easy to do. Gems of War, on the other hand, I think there was an update, Battlegrounds update, yes, where they added the monolith battles in PvP. So now you've got winning a monolith battle and completing all battles in a monolith. Now, what does that mean for you? It just means you need to do 5 battles. That's all it is. So 1 battle will be for monumental achievement, and 5 will be for putting me on a pedestal. Not difficult at all. In fact, it's actually quite easy. You just need to have the the resource to go through those battles, and I don't remember much because I did it all in like half an hour, if not less. Yeah, it does not take long at all. Next thing that I jumped into, so in addition to jumping into Dreaming Canvas, I was wanting to delete as many games as humanly possible by getting through them as quickly. So the next bunch of games are all just going to be me trying to clean up space on my PS5 even further than I've been doing before. So let's start off with House Flipper, which I think cleared up a good 12 to 13 gigs on my PS5. So effectively, House Flipper is just you buy houses, you clean them up, you sell them to people. There's a trophy guide on PSN Profiles that is very good. However, it does mention one very, very important thing, and that is if you own any of the DLC for House Flipper, some of the main game trophies will not unlock. So say, for example, we kind of go down the list and we go to Perfectionist, fully complete every order. So those orders are everything you see on the laptop under jobs. So you do those jobs, you complete them, yay, you're done. However, to fully complete it, you need to complete every task in every room to perfection, effectively, because you see that you've got like a bar and that it reflects how much you've completed. And of course, when that bar is completely filled, that's when you can hit R3 and go, I want to complete this job, and it will show you what percentage you've completed the job. Of course, you need that to be 100%. Now, unfortunately, this trophy did not unlock for me until after I did all of the jobs in the main game, which I think there's about 26, Garden, which there's about 13, Luxury, which there's about 11, Pet, which I think there's about 11 or 12, I can't remember, and Farm I also can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it's like 13 or 14. So you have to actually complete far more jobs than you would have originally. So if you want to go for the platinum as quickly as possible, ideally, just buy House Flipper the main game, complete the platinum for that, and then do garden, luxury, pets, and farm, because the minimum completion that you can do for a job is 70%. So you can get away with doing 70% for the rest of the jobs, but main game house flipper you would need to do 100%. So just a heads up on that. And warning for trophies that are related. Actually, you know what? There's other trophies in the main game as well, such as let's look at this other one. Yeah, finish the game. Rather than flipping just the houses in the main game, you need to do that for the DLCs if you own them. So again, just buy the main game, complete that, then buy the DLCs after the fact. But DLCs do actually have some great properties. I think those are the only two really that are affected by that. Yeah, sounds about right. So going back to it, let's keep looking at how I cleaned up my PS5 hard drive as best as I can describe it. I played a bunch of the Airy games, and I hate myself for them. So we have Broken Memories, A Journey Beyond Time, Calm Mind, Dreamscape, Calm Mind 2, Path of Corruption. Now, the reason why I played these games is because of, well, there's something that you were able to do where you could pop the platinum for each of these games in 5 minutes. So if you grab a keyboard, ideally one that supports USB A connection, you just connect that to your PS5, and then when you load into a level by using the controller, when the bird starts flapping its wings, because you play as a bird and you fly and collect whatever the collectible is for that level, which normally is like a feather or something like that. These games I didn't actually play properly, rather I connected a keyboard, held down the G key, and then pressed O. That allowed me to skip every single level in each of these games. However, some games in the Airy universe, like for example Dreamscape, you originally start in a hub world and you go into levels through the hub world. So you do actually need to play a little bit to go into the levels that you can't just select from the menu like you can with Calm Mind, Calm Mind 2, Journey Beyond Time, and Broken Memories. So you will need to travel to the level, then hold down G and press O to skip the level completely, which will then unlock the trophy for the level. Then you'll be back at the the hub world, and then you can go to the next level from there. It's not particularly difficult, and it's not particularly difficult. What am I saying? It's dirt easy. Path of Corruption does fall under the same group. However, from the Lost Hero onwards, so all the games I've mentioned, you can actually skip levels, but for the Lost Hero, you cannot skip the levels. You actually no, Lost Hero, you can skip the level, sorry. It's just that the last trophy that I unlocked was to play the game for at least an hour, which I've played every other, it's like 10 days apart from each other, you can see that. But with like say Path of Corruption, first trophy was unlocked at 8:45, 8:48. Definitely did not play that for an hour. Calm Mind 2 unlocked 8:36 to 8:44. That's 7 minutes. Like, yeah, that's not an hour. So to have to play one of these games for an hour, I just loaded up the final level and just kind of let the game keep going by itself for an hour. Like the bird automatically flies forward, so you don't need to press any buttons, and just leave the game for an hour. In saying that, Jackbox Party Pack 3, I think we were just messing around. Yeah, I think what trophy did I even unlock for this? Faking it deep cover. Fake it gets through 3 tasks in a row without a single vote. that was a good one. Yeah, again, just family coming over from overseas and junk, and just playing some good old party games. Nothing too special there. Unlocking some trophies for Genshin Impact. I mean, I still do play daily. But yeah, I think the trophy that I most likely unlocked would have fallen under, not Series 2, is it? No. It would have been reaching level 8 in favor for Liyue. Yeah, Legend in Liyue, there we go. That's the one I unlocked. I'm not going heavily into like unlocking the trophies for this game because I'm not actively playing it. I'm just doing my dailies, leveling up and ascending my characters, leveling up and ascending equipment, increasing the talents, just upgrading characters over time. That's really all I'm doing. And until I unlock all the trophies in the game, I won't actually stop playing it for a while, so might as well just kind of, sit down, keep playing, just keep going. Though, what most of my month has looked like has been because of Warframe. So I've been trying to get all the trophies in Warframe, and there are a lot. Now, the PS4 version of Warframe, while it's still being updated alongside the PC and PS5 versions, and other versions that exist, I'm sure Xbox as well, but they are no longer adding trophies to the game, which I like. There's not much that I'm actually kind of missing, update-wise. But so effectively what's happening is that there are no more trophies being added to the game, and so now's the time to get all the trophies for Warframe, though it's been like that for a while. The PS5 version is still having new trophies being added, but the list is exactly the same as the PS4, except for the additional trophies. And it's an incredibly time-consuming game. It's best played with other people. Don't play it by yourself. It is and can be a fun game, but if you're looking at the game's trophies, the game can easily outstay its welcome, because it can be fun for a little while as like this sort of, so you play as a Tenno, and the gameplay style is just sort of third-person action game where you have a primary weapon, a secondary weapon, which are both guns. So say for example, you could have like a shotgun and a pistol, or an assault rifle and a shuriken or something like that. Throwable weapon. You've got different options and builds that you can make and do. And finally, you would have a melee weapon. So that's usually what you would look like in terms of your setup. And then your build would largely stem upon what your Tenno is, what ability it has, because there's so many different kinds, and it does take ages to get a new one. But there are some good ones that you can get pretty early on in the game. So you don't need to just stick with the one that you've picked for yourself, even though there are a couple of really good ones, and one really good one you can pick from the very beginning. So if you do start playing, Volt is the really good one that you can pick from the very beginning if you were to choose, though I chose Excalibur for myself. In saying that, trophy-wise, all I am missing at the moment is some pretty basic stuff. Let's talk about one of the hardest trophies that I'm missing, which is the Great Eidolon Hunt. Defeat an Eidolon Terror List, which I have not started on at all, by Dawn's Early Light, which is an easy trophy. I just have not bothered to go out of my way to do that, but I thought, you know what, I'll do that while I'm trying to fight the Terror List. Other trophies that I'm missing are, this is all related to Fortuna, so top standing with Ventkid, Solaris, because I managed to hit the daily limit very quickly, or very easily. Race Ace, I think I've done 19 of the 22 races in Orb Valor so far. And of course, driving 1,000,000 meters on a K-Drive, I have done 200,000 so far, I think. Yeah, roughly speaking. I've definitely hit over 200,000, that's for sure. So I'm at least a fifth of the way there. And the last trophy in the update 29 is that which does not kill us. Vanquish a rank 5 Kuvalich. My Kuvalich is rank 5. I have figured out the actual combination of mods required to defeat the Kuvalich on my Parazon, which is the weapon that is used to finish off enemies when given a prompt. And now the Kuvalich has ran off to the Saturn Proxima, so now I need to deal with the Railjack. Now, I did say that the game itself is like a sort of a third-person action game shooter thing as well, kind of game, but there are so many different elements to the game that it's not even funny. For example, with like the K-Drive, for example, you can literally turn the game into Tony Hawk by building your own K-Drive, putting mods on it so you can increase your speed, increase your jump, and start doing tricks across all of Orb Vallis, which will increase your standing with Ventkids and things like that. And in regards to the Railjack, it then becomes like you are a so you have a crew, your crew does what you tell them to, and you are in a giant ship in space. So you are role playing in a way a crew from Star Trek effectively, which is kind of fun because then you need to, like, if the hull is breached, you need to repair it. So you can have, the repair member of the crew. Enemies can board your ship, and then you can destroy them by using your AI companions, and you could also be the one doing it unless you're focusing on the mission. And then you could have someone that's like on one of the turrets, or hell, even piloting the ship as a whole. Like, it's really cool and really deep. It's just that getting, crew members and stuff like that takes time, and there's a decent amount of grinding involved. Though, that is kind of what I've been playing and platinuming for the month of March 2024. Let me know what you guys think about the games I've played. Obviously, there's a lot of, like, rubbish games in the form of the Airy titles, but it is what it is. I just wanted to get those games off of my PS5 so I can make some more space. But yeah, with all of that said and done, let me know what you guys thought about in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to aim for 200 subs by the end of the year. And with all that said and done, I do upload every day, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.